Hey, peace and love, peace and love. We're back. We're back. It's 20 for 20, Assassination of Malcolm X Part 2. We don't have Fred Hawthorne with us, but we're gonna have a barbershop conversation with my brother Thunder and a couple others. We're gonna talk about this and try to be respectful. My brother Malcolm Flex, I wish he was able to jump on, man. Damn, man. All right. Yeah, anybody want to jump on that one? Let me make sure that this show is live. All right, 12 that's not hitting. All right, let me pin this message right here. My brother Thunder ready for the smoke today, boy. He ready? He here black and early, man. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Let me get a couple of videos. There's some videos I gotta get to play some points because there's some information that that came out last week that I probably gotta cut that video, man. But I gotta figure out how.
Oh, you got YouTube open?
You hear me? Hey, Thunder, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's echoing. There's something going on.
It's echoing. I wonder why it's echoing. Oh, hold on. I think I know why. Hold on. Nope, that's not the reason why. How I sound in the audience? Do I sound like an echo family or it's just him?
No, I only have StreamYard open and I hear two things. Am I tripping?
You're probably tripping. It wouldn't be the first time you're tripping. Let me see what I got. There's something I need. All right, Malcolm X Files. All right. Here's a video that I wanted to play, a YouTube video. And I wanted to go over the scenario.
Let me. I'm log out and come back in.
All right, cool. Hold on a second.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fixed. Sorry about that.
Because I knew my own weaknesses and shortcomings.
All right, so this is a letter from Malcolm X to Elijah Muhammad regarding the two women we talked about. As a matter of fact, let me get into that. Let me take this off the screen and let me play these women for a second. Yeah, let me get all of this.
The quote unquote victims. Let's play the victims.
Yeah, exactly. Let me get this out of the way. Hold on, let me pull you out. All right, so we're gonna do a fair use warning in case we play a video and somebody gets offended that we played their video. So 28 years later, I didn't even know Sonnet was live. 28 years later, Elijah Muhammad. All right, let's bring that video up. Let me see. Hey, another thing that we never brought up, brother. Hey, Thunder.
Yo.
You know we never brought up was hold on there. Hold on a second. We never brought up my brother Thunder. You know what we never brought up? That the guys who was accused of killing him got $26 million from New York.
Say it again?
They got $26 million, the guys that were locked up. We never brought that up. The guy
the ones that
were locked up with Talmadge here for Malcolm X death,
yeah.
exonerated and was paid
I didn't know it was 26 million.
And last week, after the show ended, Malcolm X's daughter, who lives across the street from me, my brother, they got $100 million lawsuit now against the FBI, CIA, and the government and all that stuff for the death of Malcolm.
I saw that.
That's important information.
Well, I mean, I already said it. I said that then. Like the FBI was definitely involved, man. Everybody know that.
Let me show this on the screen first.
The FBI was involved.
Before I play these women who they're calling wives. $26 million lawsuits. Malcolm X.
I didn't know it was 26 million. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. You showed on the screen. New York to pay 26 million to men wrongly convicted. The Innocence Project. Let's go to the Innocence Project website, and we're gonna show it right now, because this is something very serious. So when we say they killed Malcolm, I know that the actual men that did it may have been in the New York mosque. That I don't think the Nation of Islam can deny that part. I think that's just public knowledge. But these men who were convicted weren't the men that did it. That's the bottom line. Muhammad Aziz, Manhattan Court, November 18, 2021, New York City to pay $26 million to men wrongly convicted of assassinating Malcolm X. And by the way, one of them already passed. So he's getting it posthumously, or whatever they call that word.
Yeah, post.
Decision by New York City to finally compensate Muhammad Aziz and the family of the late Khalil Islam. Both men spent more than 20 years wrongfully incarcerated for the murder of civil rights leader Malcolm X. And by the way, to the guy who killed Malcolm X is out. Talmadge Hale. He's out too. He's actually out. I don't know if he's on parole or whatever, but I think he's out. So this we know for a fact happened, right? New York City. So we want to let everybody know it's not a hoax, but this happened last year, November last year, 2022. All right. The next issue now that I want to bring up is 100 million lawsuit Malcolm X. What happened is they can't release a document for like another 50 years. They have those on a lock and seal. So while we are dead and gone, we will never know the truth of what they did to Malcolm. Do you know that? We will never know what happened. Malcolm X's family will file a $100 million lawsuit alleging a cover-up of his death. Right here, the family of slain civil rights leader Malcolm X says they will file a wrongful death lawsuit against the FBI, NYPD, and other government agencies over the handling of his 1965 assassination. Yep. So in 2021, two men who were convicted of murdering Malcolm X and spent decades in prison were exonerated. So another man.
Hold on. And they found that the FBI and NYPD had withheld evidence
the boss
that could have cleared them of wrongdoing.
Yep. So another man, Mujahid Halim, had confessed to the killing at trial, and he's long maintained that the others were innocent. So he spent more than 40 years in prison and has been out on parole since 2010. In an affidavit, he said that he and some other men had planned the killing because they thought that Malcolm X was a hypocrite who wasn't loyal to the leader of the Nation of Islam.
Now, you notice, I didn't hear them say that because Elijah Muhammad ordered the hit. It seemed like they were acting on their own behest, if you will.
Yeah, so the lawsuit now is trying to go around the fact that they can't get records. You know what I'm saying? 58 years since he died. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. This is nuts. All right. So let me get to some videos for a second now. All right. So let's get to first video here. The so-called wives of Elijah Muhammad. We're going to play this for 15 minutes.
That he produced for this generation, and it is the children who are the vindication that that man knew what he was doing, and God backed him in what he did. I would like to ask Sister
Turn up,
Sister Evelyn Muhammad, Sister Ola Muhammad, Sister June Muhammad, if you would please come up. stand up and give these sisters their due. Betsy, come on up too. And I want the children.
Look at these victims.
I want the children of these mothers to come and stand with your mother. Come on, Abdullah. Stand back.
Hit the volume on that video, on
Now,
the video,
these are
Garfield.
honorable women. These are not no cheap women. These are wise women who produce wise children for a nation. Oh, Malcolm, if you could be here today. As it was before he died, he was trying to get back, and he was assassinated. If Malcolm were here today, I believe Malcolm would be standing with his brother, with me. I had a vision of him several years ago, and he came to me in the vision and asked me, Malcolm, what? He said, Lewis, what happened? And I'm going to say this quickly. I walked up in Malcolm's shoes because I became the national spokesman. And seeds were dropped on me, and I began to think that maybe the messenger was jealous. But the messenger was preparing us for this day. And he tried Malcolm severely, and he tried me severely. Now, Sister Tynetta Muhammad, Sister Evelyn Muhammad, this is her daughter, Marie. Come forward, Evelyn, please. Come forward, Marie. Sister Evelyn, would you just say a quick word? We only have 10 minutes on the satellite.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Brothers and sisters, I just want to say that all the years that I worked with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad before he asked me to be his wife, there was never any kind of out of turn words, no sexual harassment. He treated us with the
No
highest
sexual harassment.
form of dignity and respect.
Hold
When
on.
he came
Go back.
to me and asked me
Go
to
back.
be his wife, he sat.
Say this quickly. I walked up in Malcolm. Now, Sister Tynetta. Sister Evelyn, would you just say a quick word? We only have 10 minutes on the satellite.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Brothers and sisters, I just want to say that all the years that I worked with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad before he asked me to be his wife, there was never any kind of out of turn words, no sexual harassment. He treated us with the highest form of dignity and respect.
Body
When
bag.
he came to me and asked me to be his wife, he sat down, as our beloved brother Minister Farrakhan said, and opened the Holy Quran.
Sister Ona, would you have a word?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I like to tell you that
You muted, Garfield. Okay.
I agree and bear witness with Minister Farrakhan.
My bad. This is the lady that the whole controversy is about, the underage pedophile. So we calling the man a pedophile based off of this one lady alone. All right. So she's supposed to have him when she was 15 or whatever. All right. So she would have been 45 at the time. But this is very interesting now, because if she, this is very interesting right here. I think I figured something out right here real quickly. Well, let's listen to what the sister.
Farrakhan. I'm a South Side of Chicago, raised and born. I work with you in the community. In daycare, I'm a registered nurse. I come and see many of you often. I bear witness that everything Elijah ever taught us about eating, cleaning, raising our children was true. I am a product of the Interschool of Chicago, yet I could talk to scholars. I've raised my son as he instructed me to do, and I am quite pleased with the life that he has given to me over 40-something years. When I work on jobs,
got wives and they got children, and nobody's accusing the chief of being a cheap man in Africa, in Asia, and among all the societies of our people. Is that the truth, brother? Sister Ola, would you have a word?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I like to tell you that I agree and bear witness with Minister Farrakhan. I'm a South Side of Chicago, raised and born. I work with you in the community. In daycare, I'm a registered nurse. I come and see many of you often. I bear witness that everything Elijah ever taught us about eating, cleaning, raising our children was true. I am a product of the Interschool of Chicago, yet I could talk to scholars. I've raised my son as he instructed me to do, and I am quite pleased with the life that he has given to me over 40-something years.
What she mean by over 40-something years? What she mean by that, Thunder?
The guy is 30. Was he 31, 32?
Yeah, what I'm trying to figure out what she mean. Like she's in the teachings for 40-something years?
Oh, you mean I don't know.
What does she mean? Because if she's saying that's her age, then they might be there's an issue then. There's an issue.
What's that?
Because I'm trying to figure out if she's 40-something years and he's 32, right? The oldest she could be, say she's 49. She would have to be 17 when he was born. If she's 40-something years here.
No, I don't know. I think he. What she said that she was being taken care of for over 40 years. I thought that's what she said.
Yeah, but let's go back and listen to it.
I don't think she was saying that her age was 40.
Age is 40. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure that out. Let's listen to it one more time.
I come and see many of you often. I bear witness that everything Elijah ever taught us about eating, cleaning, raising our children was true. I am a product of the Interschool of Chicago, yet I could talk to scholars. I've raised my son as he instructed me to do, and I am quite pleased with the life that he has given to me over 40-something years.
I'm quite pleased with the life he has given to me over 40-something years.
When I work on jobs and in the hospitals and communities with people, they think I'm 32. My son is 32. This is because of the great teaching that our messenger, my husband, brought to you, all of us.
My husband.
The wrong foods we eat raise the blood pressure.
My
give
husband.
you diabetes, high blood pressure. Once you get high blood pressure, you're definitely going to have kidney failure and an early death. Elijah Muhammad said, drop that swine. It's making you ugly and it's killing you. Now we have Minister Louis Farrakhan picking up the banner, carried on with this great team.
Sister June.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
In the most
salam.
holy name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. All holy praises are due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. And in the name of our last and greatest messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I greet you in the nation's greetings of paradise. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Brothers and sisters, I know it's a pretty hard pill to swallow that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad took on wives. And we're so mundane in our understanding of life. We have to think on a spiritual plane. He came to me when I was very young in a vision. I only saw his form and never his face. But this vision lasted with me until I was a teenager. And then after I heard Islam, the vision became prominent. It began to move. His form became more vivid. And I was worried about this because I couldn't make out his face, just his form. So after I became a wife, I told him about this. And he just smiled. I said, you were that vision that was coming to me.
Elijah Muhammad is the motivation of Almighty God. All holy praise is due forever for raising in our midst the greatest man that we have or will ever know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I thank
Honorable.
Allah. And
Come on, man. I'm good.
Yeah, she's one of them that they said was a teenager.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
It's funny how all these teenagers get up on that stage and just keep praises. Oh, okay. Yeah. They just everybody lying on them. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Ain't nobody want to jump on, man. All right. So they said the sister Ola Muhammad. Let me go to my brother's channel real quick and get this video real quick.
Blue Blaze has been active. Sabio's been active. They asked me a bunch of questions I couldn't answer.
Jump on, brothers and sisters. Jump on.
Come on, Blue Blaze and Sabio.
Jump on, positive or negative. We don't care. We don't we ain't got no feelings in this. We just telling what we know. What's his name? Malcolm Flex.
Malcolm Flex.
Yeah.
Oh, that video. Yeah, that was a body.
Yeah,
a body bag too.
You're right. Yeah. Matter of fact, let me take it out of my text then. Since
yeah, it's in my text. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do.
That's a body bag.
Yeah. Because a lot of people say a lot of things, man. But I like, me already. You know how we do right here, man. We like to look at sources and check everything out and see what we're gonna do for ourselves. But that 40-odd years, I hope she means in general following the teachings, because then they would have had an argument. I mean, if what's his name produced a birth paper, nobody can make no videos. It don't matter what video they make. It don't matter.
I wish she would have clarified that on the stage. Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah, because now we could say, hey, you know what? This video here clears up the whole argument.
Right.
I think Ali Muhammad did a great job with the birth certificates because he actually showed them. So he did a good job. I'm gonna show his video in a second. But he also showed a letter where Malcolm admitted doing wrong, to the whole government.
Malcolm was no saint, man. Like that brother Fred was trying to make him out to be. But, I mean, he still was great, though.
Details about her age. I intentionally left that part out and just gave y'all the actual age, right? Because I knew if I did that, I would be initiating something. I knew that they was going to try to come with something, right? But he don't even know that he threw your brother an alley-oop, right? So he really got set up with a crossover and got his ankles broken. Now he got to get sent to the hospital to repair his ankles. You feel me? I hit him with that 2001 AI. You feel me? The Allen Iverson shape. You feel me? Now he finna get tripped up again.
organize this real quick.
Somebody got to check on his brother's ankles, man.
Okay, here we go.
His ankles, whoa, wow.
And here we go.
Hit him with that crate challenge.
Ola Hughes,
Woo!
born February 22nd, 1944. I have so much paperwork to substantiate this claim.
You got so much paperwork.
This video,
Okay.
I'll let the Nation of Islam respond.
We're going to respond. We're going to respond.
Oh, yada, yada, yada. But the fact remains. Ola Hughes was born when? February 22nd, 1944. She's 77 years old to this day. When was her son conceived? July of 1959. How old does that make Ola Hughes? 15 years old.
He got us. He got us, y'all. He got us.
Now, the bigger question is,
Woo!
Are we going to start telling the truth?
Are we about to tell the truth?
Louis Farrakhan is in on this. He protected it. They changed the name to Muhammad to protect his identity.
He changed the name to Muhammad. Everybody's name get changed to the
Muhammad was never in his life. By his own admission, he finally got a father when he married Louis Farrakhan's daughter. They lied and said that those were his wives. They were over 18. Malcolm X is a liar. Malcolm X is a hypocrite. You're looking on your screen.
Malcolm X was a liar. We proved that. But now, RIP to a real one. Let's go to the receipts. We gotta always go back to the receipts, y'all. We gotta go back to the receipts, y'all. Let's go back to the receipts. Yeah, it's about to get Mr. Frederick Hawthorne. Why? Why you keep doing this to yourself? So now, Sister Ola Muhammad, I've been teaching you all that her actual birthday is what? February 22nd, 1938. February 22nd, 1938. She was 22 years of age when she had her first child, Kamal Muhammad. She's currently 83 years of age. Okay, this is what I've been teaching you all. This is what I've been teaching you all. Now, let's go. Now, when you do a public search, right, this is what you're going to see on Sister Ola. It says she's 77 years old. But let me explain what's the problem with this birthday. I'm going to expound on what's the problem with this. It's, when I first revealed the ages of the wives of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, if you all can remember my very first video, I think Brother Ben did a review video or a response video to my video. Some of you may remember. If you remember, press 1 in the chat. So I know that you all are on the same page that I'm on. Press 1 in the chat. If y'all remember my very first video, this was a couple years ago, where I revealed the ages of the wives of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. When I ever first did it. Okay, I'm saying some ones. Okay, cool. Now, I say that to say that when I first looked up the sister's age, guess what her age was? Her age was this right here. So I did that video in like 2018, like early 2019. I can't remember the exact date, but this was a few years ago I did this video. Her age, she was 77 in 2018. It's 2021 right now. It still says she is 77. Damn, why is that, right? Well, let's go to the receipts. Now, I was looking up some other stuff on Mother Ola, found her Facebook page. This was the first post that I found on her page. So, this is her daughter, Sister Carlita Hughes. And this is a birthday. I don't know if y'all can see this. I'm gonna kind of blow it up so y'all can get a better look. This is Sister Carlita's page. And this is what she said to her mom. She's wishing her happy birthday. She says, February 22nd is the birthday of Mother Ola, who has been a blessing to everyone she touches. She is truly an angel on earth. If you only knew her endless love and sacrifice for so many. Happy 78th birthday, Mom. So now, Sister Ola Muhammad, I've been teaching you all that better look.
I had to double check the birthday. I'm not make sure I gotta make sure it line up, man. I know misinformation, man. February 22nd. Okay, I'm gonna come back and see February 22nd.
Yeah.
This is Sister Carlita's page. And this is what she said to her mom. She's wishing her happy birthday. She says, February 22nd is the birthday of Mother Ola, who has been a blessing to everyone she touches. She is truly an angel on earth. If you only knew her endless love and sacrifice for so many. Happy 78th birthday, Mom. I love you. So she was 78 years old in 2016. But in 2021, she's 77 years old? That don't make no sense.
That's
Come
about
on.
it, man.
2016, she was 78. Here's another one. Carlita again, the very next year. Bring it down. Mother Ola again. Okay, there we go. Carlita Hughes. Happy birthday, Mother Ola Muhammad. Allah has truly blessed and protected her. She turned 79 years old today. This is in 2017. She was 79 years old. She turned 79 years old today. Please join me in celebrating my mom. She's truly an angel on earth. She turned 79 years old.
Pause it.
All praises is due to.
All right. So we got 79 in 2017. So let's do the math. 79.
I think the point is made that it's more than likely Ola Muhammad, unless the family is just lying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Unless the family is just scamming us and just lying. I mean, all Fred got to do is provide a birth paper. If we get a birth paper for Ola Muhammad, or Ola, whatever her name was, her maiden name, we could definitely figure this out. All right? But if not, I got to go with what the family's saying. The family's saying she's 79. So she would be, 85 now. So in 1959, she would be how old? 60. So it said 1960. So 60 and 40 and 23. So that's 63 from 85 would be what? 22. All right. So what is this guy saying? Is he saying she's 22 when she had him? Let's look what he's saying. He's saying she was 22 years of age. Oh, he's on point. That boy on point. That boy good.
That boy good.
All
1960.
Right. All right. So we can cut that video off right now. Yo, Marquise, jump on whenever you're ready, beloved. I think people don't understand. They don't know. Listen, I know a lot about Malcolm that a lot of people don't know. You know what I'm saying? But let's look at Ali Muhammad, because he made a video and he took it down. So I want to play some letters that Malcolm actually wrote to Elijah Muhammad. And Ali Muhammad actually broke this down. This is on Sarnada's channel too.
Because some of these people are alive. Yes, the messenger had wives, And some of the women who are saying they were his wives were not. All right, so let me read what I have here, because this is going to be very, very brief and to the point, because it doesn't take a long time to tell the truth. Hold on. I dealt with this 11 years ago. Now y'all bringing the same silly, dumb argument up. And I'll make it big enough so you can see it. This is Malcolm X's own words. You think he didn't know these women? Are you kidding me, man? And I'm upset with some of the elders. Why didn't y'all pull this brother to the side? Not even brother. Excuse me, he's not a brother. Why didn't y'all pull this dude to the side and tell him about this before? Y'all got these letters? We didn't exchange. I exchanged these letters with so many FOIs. Some of y'all so far got your nose up L. Ron Hubbard ass and Arab's ass. Y'all don't even know to send your own messenger.
They go, brother Ump.
Look at what this says. This is from Malcolm X. March 25th. When? 1959. This is 1959. In the holy name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, to whom all praise is due, whom we forever thank for giving us the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now look. Listen to what this man says. He's talking about his personal life. And look, this is no shot on Betty Shabazz. This is no shot on any other women. I'm only showing this to protect the messenger of Allah, period. All right? I'm not tearing down Malcolm. Malcolm tore himself down. I do not like to burden you with personal troubles of my own, but I feel obligated to you to enclose the facts that are contained in this letter. It is you, thanks to Allah, who made me what I am today. And I owe my life and my entire being to you, even though I know all praise is due to Allah. Therefore, since you are responsible for me, I owe it to you to let you know my condition. His condition, both good and bad. So now he's ratting on himself because he's known he's done something. What has he done? At all times. And this I have tried to do ever since I've been following you. That is why my letters often are very long. I never want to displease you. I did not give you all the facts of my domestic affairs. You once told me that you judge according to the facts presented to you, thinking that as a man, a Muslim, and as a minister, that I was automatically responsible and to blame for whatever condition my domestic affairs have fallen to. I in no way said anything at any time to make my wife look bad or to make her look to blame. But in attempting to carry the complete load with no explanation whatsoever of what made me act as I have, I now see would be doing myself some injustice. Now look at this. Listen to what he's about to say.
Just realize something. He's married to Betty at the time.
Already, my wife.
Wow.
Daddy, how much minutes are you gonna be done?
40 minutes.
Okay.
All right. What? Yo, Thunder. How did
My
you?
wife.
Hi,
Amir, what's up, man?
what's up?
What's up?
In the middle of something right now, okay? Excuse us, okay? All right. Yeah, I didn't even realize that, bro.
Yeah, man.
I've never made love to Sister Lucy nor to Minister Robert's sister Betty Sue. I did. Oh, man, this is crazy. All right, let's get it in.
Go ahead.
Say. Listen to what he's about to say. I have never made love to Sister Lucille. All right, so now we have this Lucille. I'm going to show you who this is. Nor to Minister Robert's sister, Betty Sue. I did propose marriage to Sister Betty Sue. This is not Betty Shabazz. This is another woman. But never made love to her. Nor do I think that I ever even told her that I loved her. My proposal was governed by a suggestion to me, but when I learned it to be only a suggestion, I quickly tried to get out of it, for which I recognize my error in building her hopes. Of the above sisters, Sister Evelyn is the only one who had a legitimate beef against me. What was her beef? You had sex with her, Malcolm. That's what her beef was. That's why when Carl Evans wrote the book, he said that witnesses said that Sister Evelyn, when he found out Malcolm married Sister Betty Shabazz, she ran out of the mosque crying.
All right, now this is hearsay, right?
And
so
I do bear witness that if
know.
she complains,
I ain't
she is justified. Complains of what? You fornicated with her. You fornicated with her. And also Betty Sue for me breaking my word. So this is him explaining his life. Now hold on. This is 1959 when these women were walked out of the mosque, specifically Lucille and Evelyn. In 1959, I want to ask you a question. What were they marched out for? Malcolm came back and tried to make it look like they were marched out because they had children with the messenger illegitimately. And that was not the case. So Malcolm, I have a question for you. All right? I have a question for you. If Evelyn or Lucille were teenage secretaries, what the hell were you doing running around fornicating with one of them? Or attempting to be with one, even though you admitted to not having sex with one of them. All right? Hold on. I'm not done. Because if you know what? It hurts. Because you know why? People want Elijah Muhammad to be wrong. You want the messenger to be wrong. This is not no fake letter. You could get this letter directly from the Schoenberg. And I'm about to read the rest of it, but let me gonna just air the whole thing out. It's already out here anyway. I ain't telling you nothing that ain't already out here. These are the two women. Now, this is no disrespect to these women. I don't play around with messing around with women and children. All right? I don't do that. But I gotta show these pictures. This is the Lucille that he's talking about, who in this picture in 1964 is 33 years old. And this is Evelyn, the one who wanted to marry Malcolm, right? And Malcolm admits in this letter that he didn't have sex with her, although he approached her. He didn't have sex with Betty Sue, whom he would promise to marry, but he did violate this young Muslim woman. Now, in the picture, Evelyn Williams is 30 years old in 1964. Back it up 5 years to 1959 when this letter. How old was she? She was 25 when Malcolm was messing with her. So Malcolm tried to come back and act like these were teenage women. Where are the teenage girls? Malcolm? It wasn't Sister Ola. It wasn't Sister Jean. It definitely wasn't Clara. The youngest one was Mother Tynetta, who was born in 1941. Had her first child at 23 years old, Ismail Muhammad. She was not a teenager when she started interacting with the messenger as a wife. So you say, okay, well, she was in her early 20s, and the messenger at the time was in his mid 60s. It needs to be out of posture a little bit, because you can't deal with these type of niggas with no civilized activity, because they don't care nothing about civilized activity. If they did, they would have came with sources before they go and say such an egregious thing about a man like Elijah Muhammad. So he fornicated with Evelyn and was pursuing the two women that ended up filing paternity cases against the messenger, Malcolm was the one who was messing around with them in 1959. So how is Malcolm going to get up behind a microphone with the devil and say, look at how he marched those women out? First of all, Elijah Muhammad didn't march nobody out. You're the cause for those women getting marched out, bruh. And you know, when you went back, this was your way to try to get an apology and forgiveness from the messenger for what you did. So let's keep going. Most brothers who follow you are slow to get married. This is not because they are against women, but because you make us see the place. Look, you make us see the place of the man and the great responsibility involved. You knew he was a responsible man, and he was teaching y'all responsibility to a sister after marrying her. If a brother means right by a believing sister, he has to move slowly to keep from involving himself in a role that he can't fulfill to the sister's satisfaction. And one's eyes don't have to be too far open to see that it is no easy task to satisfy women of today. This creates a situation where the sisters are more forward and aggressive in seeking husbands than the brothers are in seeking wives. I mentioned this not out of argument, disrespect, disagreement, nor to justify, but to point toward and shed more light on what created my own situation. I am not without blame or fault and have many weaknesses. You once told me 5 years ago that one didn't hunt wild game in the thick brush and not get one's hunting suit torn or one's flesh scratched. And most of my humble efforts have been in the thickest of brush among the wildest of game. Only Allah has saved me from being scrambled and wounded unto death. That's not all. Let me show you what Malcolm X's problem was. Let me show you what Malcolm X's problem was. All y'all who chasing after Malcolm, right? You're chasing after Malcolm. You love Malcolm. Malcolm was so moral. Malcolm was trying to get his teacher to be moral. And he was questioning, he could not even think about questioning the morality of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Let me break something down to you real quick before I keep going. Elijah Muhammad was on the run from 1935 to 1942. Show us one woman in those 7 years that he was running through the cities, establishing mosques, who made a claim that he fornicated or cheated. Show us one. Show us throughout all the 1950s. He's the head of the institution. Show us the women that would come forth. I stayed single a long time because I knew my own weaknesses anymore. Let's keep reading. Look at Malcolm. This is his words. These are his words. I stayed single a long time because I knew my own weaknesses and shortcomings and felt that marriage would blunt my effectiveness. I just could not see where I could devote the time to a sister that is demanded by the women of today. So I ducked, dodged, twisted, turned, and ran from marriage as long as I could. When I did marry it, was at a time of great mental and spiritual weakness on my part. He's talking about 1958 with this whole argument, so at least the people will know the truth. That's the most important thing. Everything else is no. It's easier for a woman to pretend than for a man. She stayed miserable during her expectancy, and those find this. Let me find these birth certificates and censuses, since y'all don't think. All right, let me find these birth certificates.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much why I'm going through this because of what we did last week, because we need to clear up the birth certificate argument and all that stuff. So it's not about the assassination per se, or just to clear up last week. All right.
And censuses. See, y'all not gonna get away. I'm not gonna leave nothing for you to say. I'm not gonna leave nothing for you to say. All right. 1940 federal census. Yes, I went to the damn census because I want you to see. This is Joseph Rosary from Boston, Massachusetts. All right. And he has a daughter named Lucille, who is 9 years old in 1940. That means she was born in 1931, 6 years after Malcolm. That means if she was born in 1931, in 1964, she was 33, just like I showed you a few minutes ago. That's Lucille. All right. Evelyn was 30. All right. She was born in 1934. All right. Mother Tynetta was, you got Sister Jean, Sister Ola, older women. Mother Tynetta was the youngest, born in 1941. Where are the teenage secretaries? Where is the pedophile? How come I'm bringing records, right? Look, I know how, see, this is how dumb people are. Some of y'all are so stupid, you'll still go and do whatever. This is Joseph Rosary from Boston, Massachusetts. All right. And years after Malcolm. That means, where are the teenage secretaries? Where is the pedophile? How come I'm bringing records, right? Look, I know how, see, this is how dumb people are. Some of y'all are so stupid, you'll still go and do whatever you want to do. You don't care how many records get brought. Because you just hate Elijah Muhammad that much. And that's fine.
All right. All right. So that's that with the birth certificate and Ola. And yeah, so we showed earlier about the Malcolm X assassination, the fact that those two guys were exonerated. Not only that, they were, because I don't know if you watched the Netflix. Did you watch the Netflix Malcolm X documentary? Because they were saying the guy lived in New York, right? The guy, the Muslim guy and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
For years, that was all over YouTube. Everybody knew that. Everybody in New Jersey knew this guy and knew that he was involved with it. Everybody knew this. This was nothing new. This was nothing strange, whatever, you know. But and he died, so they can't even arrest him now because he's gone, you know. But that's that. What do you want to add on? What do you want to add on? I don't know if Marquise want to jump on so he could add some context to some of the stuff that was going on when Malcolm was alive, because I don't know if a lot of people know this. But Malcolm X, there was like a war going on between Malcolm X and his followers and the Nation of Islam and their followers. And he could get into that history more. I don't want to talk about that history. I want him to come and talk about it, Marquise, if he's in the audience.
That'd be good.
You know what I'm saying? So Marquise, jump on if you can, bro. Jump on. The link is in the chat. Let me put the link in the chat again. And as far as the assassination, we know that the Shabazz family is suing. They're actually suing
the FBI, the federal government.
Right now, as we speak. Anybody want to jump on and talk about it? Let's go. Yeah, I just wanted to clear up that whole Ola Muhammad stuff and her age. I need to see a birth paper of Ola Muhammad, so I know exactly when she's born.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think that'll be the one that'll do everything.
Yeah, because the people run around and say somebody's a pedophile, you don't have any evidence. What's his name just showed birth papers. What's his name showed when each one
census. I mean, that's major.
I mean, you're getting primary sources.
You're getting primaries. You're getting letters. That's a primary. Like I said, that's in the Schomburg. So, I mean.
But I do know this for a fact, though. I think, you know what? This is a good article. I'm going to put it in the chat for a lot of people so they could get primary stuff in that Malcolm did go and testify in court against Elijah Muhammad. He did go and like snitch on what they do and all that stuff because the FBI was investigating. But the reason why he did it is because, again, his life was in danger. So when he went to the media, he knows he's in trouble only if he puts a spotlight on himself. So that was like his defense to go out and say stuff. But there's this beautiful article that I have, man. It runs on the whole history with the primary sources and everything. This article right here. Let me just show the audience. The Murder and Martyrdom of Malcolm X.
40 points per game.
What's up, Darren Blue? Turn off your background.
I don't know how to do that. What do you mean, the noise?
Yeah, the noise, yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me turn this TV down. Turn that down, young boy. Shooting just 3. Hold on. For 3. You got the 15 turnovers. I got it, young. We're still leading this one, 49 to 46. We knew it was all going on, Anthony Davis. He's been pounding them.
Yeah, Malcolm had a very interesting life. Very, very interesting life.
You better, Garfield?
Yeah, you good. You good.
He's interesting. Yeah, that's a good way.
You better?
Yeah, you good.
My question is why y'all asking about the women's ages and not Elijah's age?
What about Elijah's age?
Why we asking about him?
What year was Elijah born?
1897, I think.
All right, so y'all talking about 1941 when these people were born.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
When the lady, what's the lady, Olu, what's the one of the mothers or of his children that spoke? How old was she?
I don't get the, what is the
Why are we talking about Elijah's age? I'm trying to figure out why.
Because that's how you dissect. No disrespect, I'm not saying he was, because I don't know the man, a pedophile. He was born in 1897 and this lady was born in 1941.
Yeah.
How many years is that? You're smart, Thunder.
Who was born there?
At least 40 or 50. I'm trying to figure why are you saying pedophile?
What lady, what age, the mother that spoke about her son that she said that Elijah said that whatever she said about him, what year was she born? Y'all said she was born in 1941 or 38.
1938. Yeah.
So what's the difference of those years?
1938. All right, what year was she impregnated?
You would have to tell me that. I don't know.
So what are you saying though? You're jumping on to make a point. What point are you
All
trying
right, so what year do you think that she was impregnated from this information that you provided today?
I would rather you state your point. Like
I'm asking, no, don't do that, Thunder. If she was born in 1940 or 38, I'm sorry, and he was born in 1897 and they had a child, don't you think like what age was he when he produced that child with this grown adult, allegedly?
What age was he? I don't know what his age was, but I'm trying to figure out
why.
But because it means a lot. If we can't, you guys are going through this tape proving this lady or was born in 1938, and Malcolm allegedly lied about.
And to be honest with you, bro, we don't know when the lady is born.
No, they said 1938.
What we're doing is we're trying to be fair. What happened is somebody made an allegation last week. We ran with it.
What allegation was made? I didn't hear that one.
Was that the girl was 15 when she had the child, or 16 or something like that. But the age of consent, I think, was 16, I think? Was it 16?
14, 16, it don't matter, but
the age
they in their 20s, according to what we're looking at. So
that's what I'm saying to Thunder. He's completing it, that this lady was in her 20s. So if she was in her 20s, how old was Elijah Muhammad?
He was probably in his 60s.
Maybe 60?
Late 50s, yeah. 60s.
Okay. So my question was that this lady gave birth at 22 to a 62-year-old man. You guys think that happened when she was 22? That whole situation began at 22?
Yeah, bro.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I'm not following nothing you saying, bro.
I know you don't. I know you don't, Thunder. I know you don't. But when I'm saying,
you're trying to say that if they had sex at 22, they probably was having sex at 20.
No, I'm what I'm saying is we don't know when they started having sex. So for you guys to just eradicate that out of the conversation is a wild allegation when you're speaking of the assassination of Malcolm X.
No, you made the allegation.
I didn't make any allegation.
We're going off of what we are reading, and you're making an allegation. You're making that up.
No. I didn't make anything up. I said the dates. I gave facts. The dates that they were born.
Brother. What you're saying, what you're doing now, you're assuming that they had sex prior to them being 22. You just made that up.
No. You're assuming that because you're saying because she got pregnant at 22. That's what you're assuming.
Well, you just said to us, why are we talking about this? It's about Malcolm.
No. Hold on. This Garfield, just think about rationally understanding.
It is very clear. Hold on. It is very clear. Elijah Muhammad was in his 60s, and these were much younger women than him.
Yes, we would agree with that.
Clear as we don't need a class on age difference.
Now, now what's your point?
We need my point is that so out of the two brothers that we're speaking of, Elijah Muhammad and brother Malcolm X, you Thunder would say that Malcolm X lied.
And Malcolm X lied about what?
The age of these women. That Elijah Muhammad did not have sex with underage women. That's what you guys are saying that Elijah. That's what you guys are promoting that Malcolm X lied about.
We're saying that. I'm saying that based off of what we know, or based off of what these videos show, that these ladies were not teenagers; they were in their 20s, right?
That's what I just said. So you're saying Malcolm X lied?
I'm not saying lie. I don't know what Malcolm X did. I'm talking about
no. You just said that.
My brother,
hold on.
I'll say that. Don't attribute that to Thunder Garfield. I'm saying he lied.
Okay. Who are you?
Who me? My name is Brother Rodney 2X, but my stage name is Megaveli Megazar. I'm saying that. Don't attribute that to Garfield and Thunder.
Brother, my good question. I respect what you're saying. How old are you, my brother? Can I ask you that?
Who me? I'm 39.
So were you around when Malcolm X and brother Elijah?
Come on, bro. I'm 39 years old, bro. Of course I wasn't.
So how do you know that was a lie?
Easily, because that information was in the Schoenberg Museum until the daughters of Malcolm X asked to have it removed. When Dr. Ali said he provided that information for several FOI, he wasn't lying. When Malcolm X was when he was actually giving testimony, he didn't say teenage secretaries. He said wives when he was under oath. He didn't say that.
Fact. All right,
that's
hold on,
facts.
my brother.
No, don't bump. No, bro. Let me finish.
Quick question. In the Holy Quran, did Muhammad marry a underage woman?
We're talking about the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, brother. What are you talking about?
So is Elijah Muhammad more powerful than
Hey,
look here, brother. You skating,
making a gross argument now, bro.
You lost so much footing. You lost so much footing. But the Quran also says one is better for you too. So what does that mean?
Did Elijah Muhammad say a woman half your age plus 7 is a plus way to live?
A plus way? No, Nas said that in a fucking rap song, bro. What are you talking about?
No, I'm asking.
Come on, bro. Look here, bro. There's nowhere in the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad where you can find that. You saw that in the damn movie Malcolm X, bro. You saw that in the movie Malcolm X, bro. Cut it out, bro.
But no. But you have to know these things because you said you're 39 years old. I'm 51, by the way. But you said you're 39 years old and you know that these things.
I don't know.
Hold on. You said you know that these things are not fact. That's my question to you is I'm not on either side. What I'm saying to you is from the reason why I came on this panel is because of the topic of the that I clicked on. Yeah. It spoke on the assassination of Malcolm X. This has nothing to do with the assassination of Malcolm X.
Well, okay. Well, let me in Garfield and Thunder's defense. We were talking about this last week, and this came up. Frederick Hawthorne brought this up. So what they were doing as people giving people a even playing field, they saw other information and they just brought it up because it was covered last week. That's them being fair. That's all it is. This isn't taken away from Huh?
Who's Frederick Hawthorne? I'm sorry, I don't know who that is.
Bro,
come on, bro. Like you behind. You
I'm
behind.
asking, but that's what I'm asking.
Fred,
Who is
you
that?
could go. He's easily reached. Just put
look
him.
on
Just
the
put him
title.
in.
You say you hold on, brother. You say you looked at look at the title. Look at the thumbnail. It's on the thumbnail, man.
Thunder. I'm asking. Listen, I'm asking the brother that was involved in this.
All right, Barbershop Conversations, right? They got Fred Hawthorne is the host of this platform called Barbershop Conversations.
Barbershop Conversations. It's very interesting, but go ahead.
And on
He's a Malcolm X enthusiast, and rightfully so. We all are.
He's definitely pro Malcolm, but he's also anti Elijah
Muhammad.
So he's definitely. Hold on, I'm explaining to you who Fred
Hawthorne is. No,
right?
I understand what you're saying, but this seems like this is a pro Elijah, anti Malcolm.
No. Look here, man.
Hold on. Let me.
I said seems like. I didn't say it was.
Okay, let me explain it, brother. I told you. Let me explain. All right.
Go ahead,
so what he did was last week he came on as extremely pro Malcolm, and he was anti Elijah, right? So of course you have people who are Elijah defenders, such as myself. I believe I view Malcolm. Yeah, see, there we go. Now I view Elijah Muhammad as the greatest black leader in the history of America. That's what
Facts. Facts.
And a lot of people say that. A lot of people don't. But you would have to go back to last week. This is what you should do. And I'm not. Well, I will. Go and to the conversation we had last week. It's about 4 or 5 hours. Very, very great. Black Lion, Sabio. A lot of people was on, man. It was a great show. You should watch it. I am. Yeah.
I'm watching tonight.
And then you'll understand why we're doing this. So what we're doing now is bring it up. He brought up the ages. For the first time, I'm 44. I've never heard that he was sleeping. He was a pedophile. I ain't never heard that ever.
Who was a pedophile?
Elijah Muhammad.
Okay.
I never heard him being accused of that until last week. Right.
Hold on. Let me ask you this: would you consider, from the information that you know, would you consider Muhammad a pedophile?
Yeah, that's strong, man. Why you?
No, I'm asking you a question. We're talking yes or no.
Yeah, I mean, no, not based on not based on the culture of that time. No.
This is what I'm gonna do, family. Let's get back to the assassination because we already solved that issue. We need a birth paper from Ola. I'm gonna ask Fred to give me the birth paper so we could clear that up if we got to do a part 3 next month or the next month after. Now, M. Jassar Magavelli, my brother Rodney, 2X.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Do you agree with Talmadge here when he pointed out the other gentleman that said he helped to assassinate Malcolm who were a part of the New Jersey or the New York mosque? Do you agree with him?
Yeah, yes and no, because this is what I do understand, that a lot of those brothers that were faction, it was also proven. Dr. Wesley did like damn near a 5-hour. I love Dr. Wesley, but I had to put the damn thing on like 2.0. So it could, but he did damn near 5-hour pointing out the Kill team and the Judas team. How the Judas team was pretty much brothers who were agents who were inside the mosque, but they were agents and they had paperwork behind them. So, the Muslim Elijah Muhammad. So I do.
I'm gonna read something right now, right? Now,
yes,
look
sir.
at this now. This is when Malcolm, how in his post-Mecca life, this radically old Malcolm X was once again a target, as he and Lomax could see when they looked down into the eyes of John Ali and his companions. At the debate's conclusion, Malcolm and Lomax departed from the rear of the hall under heavy Chicago police escort. It was one in a series of occasions when Malcolm would gladly accept the protection of a local police department that was genuinely concerned about his safety. Also, near the end of May 1964, 5 men who would kill Malcolm X in the Audubon Ballroom 9 months later came together for the first time. We know the story thanks to the confession of the only one of the 5 who would ever go to jail for the crime, Talmadge Hale. According to Hayes' affidavit sworn to in prison in 1978 to exonerate 2 wrongly convicted co-defendants, it all began when he was walking down the street one day in Patterson, New Jersey. A car pulled up beside him. Inside it were 2 men who, like Hayes, belonged to the Nation of Islam's Mosque number 25 in New York, Benjamin Thomas and Leon Davis. Both known to Hayes as brothers Ben and Lee. They asked Hayes to get in the car so they could talk. Both of these men, he said, knew that I had a great love, respect, and admiration for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
How much space are you gonna be done?
Give me 10 more minutes, all right? While the three men drove around Patterson, Hale learned from Thomas and Davis that word was out that Malcolm X should be killed. Hale said in his confession he didn't know who had passed that word on, but he thought Ben knew. He, in fact, had good grounds for thinking Ben knew, in as much as Benjamin Thomas was the assistant secretary of the New York Mosque and knew well the NOI chain of command. Hale also said it was Ben who had spoken first to Leon before the two of them spoke with him. After hearing from them how Malcolm X was spewing blasphemies against Mr. Muhammad, he said what they wanted to hear. It's just bad, man, something's got to be done, and agreed to take part in the plot. As Hare told Malcolm biographer Peter Goldman in a prison interview, I didn't ask a whole lot of questions as who's giving us instructions and who's telling us what, because it just wasn't a thing like that, man. I thought somebody was giving instructions. Brothers, you got to move on the situation. But I felt we was in accord. We just knew what had to be done. Rodney, you want to comment on that?
I'm not familiar with that particular source, but it's something that I could, because I'm on my phone right now. I'm not on my computer. If I was on my computer, I could pull up.
Thomas Hare is the guy that got arrested.
No. Yeah, I know exactly who Thomas Hare is. I was just saying, and that's the one who inevitably did the deathbed confession. Am I right?
Yeah. See right here, William X.
Yes, sir.
Sounds familiar?
William X. Bradley, the shotgun man.
Yeah.
The shotgun man.
Yep.
And he also, according to a witness, he had an office in the NYPD because he was part of the Bossy operatives. But like I said, I'm ill-equipped.
If that is true, which I've never heard before, I did not know he was a part of that. I've never seen evidence for that. But if that's true, they're gonna pay Malcolm X family a lot of money.
Oh, say, I'm gonna tell you like this. The brother, not the brother that they have, the Rothman brother who's narrating the story on Malcolm X on Netflix. It was another brother who provided the actual research and information, and they didn't use. So him and brother Dr. Wesley did a podcast together. And I can't show it to you right now. I can't prove, like I said, I'm on my phone. But he and Dr. Wesley is who's giving the family, because they combed the 6,000 FBI files. Okay. They combed the entire, and they presented certain facts to the family. That's why they're going forward with this motion, because they did this, 2 years? It was in 2021 when they came forward with this, right? When Benjamin Crump came forward with this, with the deathbed letter. So now, like I said, I don't want to say.
For those who don't know, the deathbed letter is the guy, police officer, confessing, working for Boss, and that he was involved with Malcolm and the whole thing of being inside here.
Right. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think he did some great work, man. I remember, listen, family, I'm in the middle of all of this because remember I was down with the NOI at one point. I remember they was at the Slave Theater, family. And I think Zach Kondo was doing a presentation and Conrad Muhammad was speaking. And he told the woman to get out. He was about to jump off. He was about to jump off, family. And the dude got on stage and said, yeah, I see you telling the woman to leave and the children, because they was about to get it in. And them brothers, who's Kevin, that's Kevin standing up. I was like, damn, I'm in the middle of this, family.
The reason why, and I'm going to tell you like this, as a member of the current Nation of Islam, I really never like tell this aspect because of my love for Malcolm. I learned that from Minister Farrakhan. Minister Farrakhan could say all this shit, but he never do. And that's pretty much because if you want to know, you'll do the research. Because it's a sore spot. It's a sore spot in the Nation of Islam's history. It really is. So as someone who grew to love Malcolm the way I do, like I said, okay, I said Malcolm lied on that. That doesn't make Malcolm not who Malcolm is. We all fall short. You know what I'm saying? And because he was under tremendous pressure, because I will say this, he had people who hated him in the mosque that wasn't agents.
Hey,
that's a fact.
Rodney said something a while ago that was important. But here, this article, anybody who wants it, just email me. This has everything you need to know about Malcolm, Elijah, and all the craziness. All right. It has the primaries, where you can go and get the sources and everything. The Queen's eviction hearing, because remember, Malcolm X was living in the house that the Nation of Islam owned.
That's facts.
A firebomb. So the Queen's eviction hearing was especially significant for what Malcolm chose to reveal during his June 16 testimony. What did Brother Rodney just say, Thunder? He said that, what did Malcolm say? That Elijah Muhammad had taken on wives. That is significant because when he went on the white man's channel, Brother BLS, he said he had
teenage secretaries.
So now when you ask, why would Malcolm lie? Ask yourself that question again. Because we have the interview on the white media where he said teenage secretaries, but in court under oath. Look at the screen. You see the quotation? That the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had taken on 9 wives.
Matter of fact, the guy Fred's thing is called 9 Wives, not 9 teenage.
Not 9, right? There you go.
Teenage secretaries.
And just to add on, Brother Garfield, when someone brings you a consensus like Dr. Ali did, that's a primary source.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a
primary.
That is, yeah, that's.
I mean, yeah, not a consensus, but my bad. Yeah. That's a primary source. That was a primary source.
The thing is, what happened is people, what they're doing, what they've been doing, and what I noticed is this. You know, in the 60s when this happened, they never questioned Minister Farrakhan. Mm-hmm. You know why I have a problem with that? Because there's a recording of Elijah Muhammad telling Farrakhan something regarding Malcolm. Why didn't they question Farrakhan in the 60s? Because Farrakhan wasn't powerful enough.
I was say he was Louis X. Like he didn't even have it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but the thing
he didn't. My bad. I'm sorry, Garfield.
This is the thing, my brother. They wanted to take Elijah down. That was the plan. That was the plan. So Farrakhan was a nobody. He had his little crowd and thing in the 70s. He was getting his crowd under Elijah. I mean, he filled up Randall's Island with 70,000, 80,000 people. Farrakhan was a beast, when it comes to the speaking stuff. But I'm saying, I think information is there to point out that the Nation of Islam is involved. But even though the people you're saying are agents, they are involved because the people are under the Nation of Islam. It's hard to say they're not involved.
Well, no, I'm not saying. What I'm saying is if they are members, but they're agents, then it's like, if you could present members who wasn't agents, then, because once the lines are blurred, once you're an agent and you're a member, the lines are blurred. But if you know, Brother Garfield, one of the most repeated sayings of the Muslim Elijah Muhammad is the Nation of Islam is honeycombed with agents.
Now watch this. This is very important, and I want Thunder and the audience to hear this. Think about this for a second. Remember, he testifies in court that Elijah Muhammad had taken on 9 wives at about the same time as Malcolm made the issue public. One of Elijah Muhammad's son made a statement that was in effect a warrant for Malcolm's death. It was prompted by a phone call from someone claiming to be Malcolm. This person told the NOI that Elijah Muhammad would be killed while giving his speech the following day. In response to this provocation, in conflict with the real Malcolm's pleas to his followers to avoid a confrontation, Elijah Muhammad Jr. told a meeting of the Fruit of Islam at a New York armory, that house is ours and the nigga don't want to give it up. Well, all you have to do is go out there and clap on the walls until the walls come tumbling down, and then cut the nigga's tongue out and put it in an envelope and send it to me, and I'll stamp it approved and give it to the messenger.
That's true. He said that. And that's why the Muslim Elijah Muhammad had to tell him to stand the fuck down. Leave him alone. He had to get that, or leave him alone. Because that was true. That's true.
It's 9 o'clock, Daddy.
All right, give me 5 more minutes and I'm done.
So bro, go for it. Come on, bro. I can't deny that. That's right there. And if you go to the FBI files, it's in the files too.
Yeah, but we can't. I don't know about these files, dog.
Well, no, I'm just saying. I'm not saying make ourselves a slave to them. I'm just saying that we can use them as reference material.
Hey,
but
Sean,
no,
go ahead.
No, you got it, Thunder.
Go ahead. Nah, man. I'm looking at Sean stupid, but Sean said this anytime I'm on the panel.
I mean, the poisoning in Europe. Remember, France did not want Malcolm to come in their country because they did not want him to die in France. You see, all of this is going to come out because he got poisoned when he went to when he was traveling to Africa and all that stuff.
That's facts. That's facts.
The Nation of Islam ain't did that shit. They ain't got them long arms. They ain't got them long arms. So that's how we know all of them is involved. That's why they put this. I think the CIA is in the lawsuit too, which is crazy.
Yeah, CIA, but you don't see NOI in there because Dr. Wesley proved that the operatives who were registered members were agents.
This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
No, like I said, the rabbit hole is deep. And Dr. Wesley is supposed to be printing a book called Malcolm X, The Real Judas Factor. And the book is like damn near 1,500 pages, man. This shit is outrageous.
Yeah, he's known for that, man. The
book is out? Is it out? Or
Nah, he's gonna put it out. He's waiting for it to be proofread, and certain channels he got to go through to put it out.
To proofread that, man.
I know, trust me, bro. Say staff of people proofreading.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But honestly,
on January 28, 1965, Malcolm flew to Los Angeles to meet with attorneys Gladys Tulls Root and two former NOI secretaries who were filing paternity suits against Elijah Muhammad.
Okay.
Malcolm felt personally responsible for having put the two women in a position of vulnerability to Elijah Muhammad. He told a friend, "My teachers converted these women to Elijah Muhammad. I opened their mind for him to reach in and take advantage of them. He had come to Los Angeles in preparation for testimony in support of the women to undo what I did to them by exposing them to this man." From the time Malcolm arrived at the Los Angeles airport in mid-afternoon until his departure the next morning, he was trailed by the Nation of Islam. Two friends who met him, Hakeem A. Jamal and Edmund Bradley, had alerted airport security to a possible NOI attack. Yep.
This is what I'm saying, though. You also, but you got to admit this, Brother Garfield. If the CIA is the brain trust of this operation, why wouldn't they make it seem as though? That's the easiest way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're trying to separate the two. They work night and day to separate Malcolm from his teacher. Malcolm X was the most spied on leader, second only to his teacher.
Hey, this is very important right here. As the FBI, I don't know if people know that Malcolm X spoke at Selma like 3 weeks before he died. And as the FBI, CIA knew by their close monitoring of both Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, the two catalysts of supposedly opposite revolutions were pondering cooperation. That's very interesting.
I mean, Malcolm.
Look at this. I'm sorry, my brother. After Malcolm's trip to London on February 9th, he flew to Paris for another speaking engagement at Orly Airport. French police surrounded him and said he was barred from entering the country. Malcolm's speech, authorities threatened to provoke demonstrations that would trouble the public order. He turned around and flew back to London.
And then, and another thing, Garfield, they said they didn't want him assassinated on their soil.
Yep. Look at this. France had passed on its knowledge of the CIA plot against Malcolm to the diplomat's country because Malcolm had also visited it. He might have chosen to fly there after being barred from France.
CIA plot.
French were warning them that the CIA might kill him within their borders, scapegoating them. Here's the source right here. This article is the best article I've ever seen on Malcolm X.
Thanks. Where is that at? Where is that at?
I'll send it to you. It's called kennedysandking.com.
Yeah, I'm gonna read that.
Just for quick reference, you gonna do a part 3 to this, brother Garfield? Because next time you do, I'm gonna pull up with some more receipts. I won't be on my phone. I won't be ill prepared. I'll be able to add more to the conversation.
I want Fred to come on.
I think it's telling when the daughter, what's her name? Not Kubela, Ilyasa.
Yeah,
She came out and said the Nation of Islam is not involved. She said it's the FBI and the CIA and the boss. She came out and
the killers. The man said it. He said they got together and planned it out themselves. That's what they did. He admitted to it.
Now, like I said, man, this is for whatever reason. Daggers and plums and all type of tomatoes have been thrown at Elijah Muhammad over the years, man, unjustly. You can't slander him with the wives thing anymore. So now it's let me tell you something about the Nation of Islam back then. If they wanted Malcolm dead, it wouldn't have took a goddamn year. That's what we know. If he wanted him dead, it wouldn't have took an entire year. It wouldn't like it was like 9 months. It wouldn't have took that long, man. The man begged his people to stand down because, of course, every faction has zealots. Every faction.
Sean is a hater, man. I ain't never know Sean to be no hater like this. I know, him and Unc went back and forth that time, but Sean, when you start being a hater, man? What's wrong with you?
Well, this is the thing. Garfield.
Hold on, beloved.
Yes.
Elijah's pop-up store, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all gotta support my little dude right here. He needs how much more he needs? He needs 6. What he needs? He needs $56 more worth of purchase to reach 500 to support his football team. If y'all want to support my brother, man, I'm gonna make my purchase in the morning. As I get up, I'm gonna probably just get the All-Stars, add to the cart, and let's get that done. All right. Shout out to my dude Elijah, man. He's come a long way, man. You need some real sports guys in that family, man, because the rest of them is squares. Sean is a square, so he messed with Sean. Yeah.
What's wrong with him, man?
All right, yeah. All right. I think the whole Nation of Islam thing, first of all, with Malcolm X, the first thing you got to do when you study it, don't take sides. Because if you pick a side, you're going to try to dig up dirt and try to find out nobody's perfect, family. Nobody's perfect. I think Malcolm was wrong. And I think he knew what he was doing when he said that too.
And even in that, Garfield, that doesn't change how I feel about him. That was in a moment of weakness, man. I don't know how I react if I was under that intense pressure. Yeah. It was national laborers who hated that man. Mm-hmm. This shit is facts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was national laborers who hated that man. Well, and he told Minister Farrakhan, all my enemies gonna be yours. And they were.
Yep, because in the 70s, Farrakhan.
Do y'all niggas in the chat know? Do y'all niggas in the chat know that Farrakhan house got firebombed too?
Mm-hmm. Mosque number 7, and he could even go into Mosque number 7 in the 70s. People don't remember that. They don't know.
Yeah, they don't say his house got firebombed too.
That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. All because of jealous people. Like, yeah, I heard he gonna be the next Malcolm.
Yeah, wow, shit. Because Malcolm was his man's. Like Malcolm was molding him. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm saw the potential in him. So now I don't dig on the dirt, man. I don't dwell on the poor part of the planet Earth. Was Malcolm unworthy for that? Yes, he was. That doesn't change how great he was, because Malcolm X is still bringing people to Islam and black nationalism from the grave.
Mm-hmm.
So that lets you know how brave. But I tell you this: if he was alive and making demands on some of these niggas, they wouldn't be the fuck around. I know that much.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would say don't take sides, man. Just I'll do a part 3. And we could get into it more. That article, though, I'm telling y'all,
it's a dangerous one.
Send it to me, man. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to your phone. Yeah, that article it got everything. Everything that we said tonight, it got it, and it got the sources. That's the most important part. But by the way, too, what that article, I don't remember if it has it. There was conflict going on, physical conflict going on between the Nation of Islam and Malcolm X. a lot of people. I was waiting for Marquis to come on and talk about that and bring that up, but he ain't jump on. But I guess we could bring that up another time. Yeah, there was being violent. He was planning attacks on Elijah, physical attacks. Remember, Malcolm was ruthless when it comes to people who was in the organization. There was a dude planting a bug in Malcolm's office one time. You know that, Thunder? And he knocked the dude's teeth out with a hammer. You know about that, Rodney?
Come on, man. You know, man. You know, I know. Everybody know about how Captain Joseph and them goddamn, bro. Like that ain't no mystery, bro.
All right. So I'm telling y'all. All right. So don't act like Malcolm was just this passive dude that just sat around and didn't know what he was doing. When he went on that white man's channel and said it was teenage secretaries, he knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Let me say this. Malcolm X is probably the greatest promoter, advertiser.
Mm-hmm.
His mind in advertising. And when they was talking about Malcolm X only wanted to have the meeting with the KKK so he could set it up as a debate.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why he wanted to do that. And so he could set it up. No, I'm telling you.
I know you telling me, but I ain't read that.
I mean, yeah, but run across it. Garfield, I know you've heard that, Garfield.
Of course. I'm very familiar.
Yeah, the only reason Malcolm X wanted to have it is so they could style it as a debate. Because he felt like it would be a great marketing tool for the Nation of Islam.
I wonder how.
Because Malcolm was going to slaughter whoever they put in front of him from a debate standpoint.
Well, the FBI was sending letters to Elijah and Malcolm and was adding, yes, this is true. This is true. This is true.
For the people in the chat saying, if it wasn't for Malcolm, we'd be talking about the NOI. Farrakhan rebuilt that joint. That thing fell, man. And it became an orthodox paradise. Ms. Farrakhan rebuilt that, man. So don't say that. Because the Nation of Islam got bigger after Malcolm died. The membership grew after Malcolm's untimely demise. So now I understand how people feel. And that people got to understand, as someone who both of these men are my heroes, this ain't no shit that I enjoy doing. Like real talk.
Yeah, Malcolm was definitely a good. Well, I'd say this, man. People make mistakes all the time. Man.
Yeah, that's right, man. That's all. That was my whole point. Like, now, how you gonna do Elijah like that, and then big up Malcolm, big up Martin? Do you know the people you big?
Hey, Rodney, have you ever seen Ola Muhammad's birth paper, man?
Nah, I haven't seen Sister Ola, but Sister Ola is in her 80s now, I believe.
All right, let's
like Sister Ola, she never left the nation. She's always been around.
I wonder why the family ain't put that out.
I mean, because when Mr. Farrakhan brought her on the stage at that Savior's Day, like, that was the only time that he was really going to get into that aspect of it. But everybody know Mother Tanetta was the youngest. I think Mother Tanetta was 23, 22, 23 when she had Ishmael.
Yep. So
come on, bro. This shit is common. This shit is common facts. Like, but people on
I think the issue was like the old school Elijah Muhammad dudes. They said there was no wives. It was only one wife, Clara. And then you have the people on the Farrakhan saying they were wives, and then they going back and forth. People from the first resurrection saying no, it's not no wives.
He had wives. Like that's a common fact. And the thing about it is why would we act like when that's an Islamic and an African practice? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an Islamic and it's rooted in African tradition. So the way he went about his wives, he kept it private because he knew that if he didn't, every other body would try to be getting wives, which they eventually did, and which it eventually led to the ruin of the fabric of the society within the culture of the Nation of Islam. So all I'm saying is we have to look through our history with an unbiased eye, and we're really blessed the fact that the Nation of Islam has a 93-year history that you can look at with a fine-tooth comb.
Hey, Melanated Goddess, I think you joined us late. You was in the show last week when Ola Muhammad was said to be 15. We found out she wasn't 15. So that's why we said we're asking for a birth paper. So we can't make a charge of pedophilia until we see the birth paper. I'm a text Fred and ask him.
I said that at least 10 times, man.
We need to clear that up. We need to clear that up because we need to see a birth paper for that. I don't know. Looking at the family, she seems to be an older woman in her 80s now. She looks like it, but she looks very good for her age. But on the other hand, if remember at the Savior's Day, 28 years later, she said 40-something years. Is she talking about how many years she's in Islam or how many years old she was? It wasn't clear. So at the when she brought her son out, come on. So
and I'll say this, that all of the messages children from his other wives, they're all prominent members of the Nation of Islam today in key positions. And every child from Mother Clara went on to be Orthodox. So I see that as wise on behalf of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And he didn't deny any of his children, because if you listen to the wives,
beloved, stop. Melanated goddess. I'm gonna say this one last time. The girl was not 15 years old. It's not true. Information. You got to go back and watch the show from the beginning. The sister was not 15. She was actually in her 20s. All right. She wasn't born 1944. She was born 1938. All right. Nobody's talking about 15-year-olds now. Okay. So please stop putting that in the chat. Go back and watch the show from the beginning. She was not 16. She was in her 20s. All right. Islam Salam, what's up?
Peace, brothers.
Peace, brother. Peace.
Peace. I met Betty Shabazz when I was a younger fella, and I just ran across this podcast, and I wanted to put 2 pennies in there, you know. And what I understood was, even Malcolm X's right-hand man was FBI. And it goes so deep. It goes so deep that even Malcolm X's grandson got killed in Mexico, right when he was trying to get back into the revolution. You know, I mean, you know, the FOI, they did some stuff too, you know, like the Hanafi massacre in Washington, you know. But you know, a lot of stuff we need to put behind us. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, we're gonna be fighting forever. But it's key. If Malcolm said, if the FOI wanted to kill him, they could, because he trained them.
Yeah, but
he trained.
I said he didn't think it was the FOI that was following him. Yeah, because the experience that they had, of course, some of the brothers was following him because they was working for the FBI. Yes,
a lot of them were FBI. And a lot of that stuff didn't come out to years later. When they started letting go of the COINTELPRO papers.
Mm-hmm.
But what they do, but they did the Hanafi massacre. You know what happened? The FBI made the atmosphere favorable to kill Malcolm. That's what they did. You know, they never really got the guys that did it, or they may got one guy that say he did it.
Yep, you're right. You're on point. Facts.
You know, so I just wanted to add on that, and I wanted to say, you know, also for H. Rod Brown, you know, please, you know, work on H. Rod Brown and his case too, man, because he's a civil rights worker, and he did a lot of stuff for black people that a lot of black people don't show any appreciation for. I would look at it like if they threw Martin Luther King Jr. in jail on a trumped up charge, would everybody be out marching for him?
Who you say?
I said if the FBI threw Martin Luther King in jail.
Who the person you say in jail?
H. Rod Brown.
Who was that?
Imam Jamil Abdul Alameen.
Who was that?
You see, nobody even knows who H. Rod Brown was.
Right. So what you talking about?
Well, H. Rod Brown, the civil rights leader, he was one of the organizers of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, and he was part of the revolution back in the revolutionary times, Black Panther too.
What are you in jail for?
He in jail. He had just gave a sermon to 900 people. He had just gave a sermon to 900 people. At 10 o'clock at night, they came to arrest him for impersonating the officer. And 2 police got killed in Atlanta.
Oh, well, yeah, he's done. Yeah.
And but you know, the case is still open. They're going to retrial because he didn't shoot nobody.
He
didn't shoot nobody.
But did he retrace? Did he impersonate an officer?
Well, I bring this to your attention, brother. Please do the research on it. Please, because that's my brother, man, and he's unjustly in prison.
My brother, you saying
Like
that
Geronimo
he didn't kill
Pratt.
nobody, okay? I'll go with he ain't kill nobody, right? Fine.
So
Did
we got
he
Geronimo
impersonate a
Pratt.
police officer? Did he impersonate a
That's
police
what
officer?
that's what they said.
No, I'm asking
They
you.
came they came to his house at 10 o'clock at night to serve him a warrant for impersonating an officer. You know, that right there still sounds fishy. He had just gave a sermon to 900 families on the west side of Atlanta. And then they came to get him at night because the government, they don't want nothing close to be a black messiah. Nothing close.
These are definitely trumped up charges. But in the brother's defense, in Brother Salam's defense, Thunder, these is definitely trumped up charges. Like,
how you know, man? You making an assumption.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I've looked into this. It was like they literally came after the fact. Come on, they can arrest anybody. They can arrest you and.
No, I'm not saying. Okay, how long he been in jail?
At least about 15 years.
Yeah, I was finna say 20 years. I was finna say 20 years.
Okay,
20 years.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Well, no, I think you're more accurate than me.
It don't matter. 10, 20, it don't matter. But you saying these charges are trumped up?
The point is, he was a civil rights leader, and he deserved to be investigated to see what they did to him, and we need to have more black folks on that to free him, just like Geronimo Pratt, all these brothers that were Black Panthers that were eventually exonerated, you know, because they were never charged. They'll arrest you and never charge you and could keep you in jail for 22 years or however they want, you know, and the suspicious circumstances of Malcolm X's grandson being beat to death in Mexico, you know, I mean, they might be a bit afraid of him started following his grandfather's footsteps, you know, but this is a fact, you know. He was in Mexico on a peace mission, you know, and ended up getting killed. So, I mean, still a lot of stuff going on with Malcolm X's family.
All right, cool. All right, my brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Hey, brother Rodney, man, hit me up with my email, man. We need to link up, bro.
For sure, bro. Like I said, I'll be better prepared next time.
Yeah, I do a show. We probably got to plan it better though. You want to do it for May 19th for his birthday, Malcolm's birthday. We could do part 3.
Yeah, if I'm not at a festival or a part of because I'm a part of a planning committee for Malcolm X Festival in Dallas. So if I'm not, I definitely get on, but I make sure I get on with my laptop.
All right, cool, no problem, man. All right,
I appreciate you, brother Golf. Appreciate you, Thunder.
All right, peace. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta put my big boy gotta go to sleep. So
definitely.
We come on here and put me on notice. All right, peace and love. Islam Salam, my brother Machiavelli, brother Rodney 2X.
I'd love to have Fred back on, man, so he can we can look at that video together.
Close out that whole thing. He got the birthday, but I hit him up and find out.
I know it's gonna be bad for business, but hey,
West Africa EM2. Yes, I am, beloved. Yes, I am. Yes, I am, man. There's a lot I could say about this subject, man. I just like to keep my mouth shut. But I'm gonna tell everybody, man, don't pick sides. Just try to find out what the truth is. Don't pick sides. Because if you pick sides, you're gonna get emotional. Oh, I don't like Malcolm, I don't like Elijah, I don't like this. Leave it alone. Let them two men, it happened, and it's sad, and it is what it is.
I just want to say Sean is trash. The guy needs to be banished from Earth. I don't.
Ooh,
He don't need to
Sean?
be on the planet no
Sean,
more.
from
Yeah.
Monster Work, man. Oh, you just want to mess with Sean?
No, look at him in the chat, man. He's a mess tonight. He's been a menace. That's your name, man. Sean the Menace.
Sean is Sean. You're not used to Sean by now, man.
Not trolling like he's doing. He's over the top, man.
Yo, we gonna go on his channel and troll. Don't worry about it. He gonna
Yeah,
be
that's
us.
what we
Don't
gonna
worry about it. We gonna be trolls are us. No, he knows when we ready to troll. It's a wrap.
Sean is a menace. All this is cult behavior. What? What's cult behavior?
All right, man. I'm out of here.
Anyway,
Peace
all
and
right,
love.
man. Peace.
Thank you, Thunder. Peace
No
and love.
problem, man.